guys, it's Kendra from Crafty Kendra, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card. So let's go ahead and get started. Our card base is soft suede and it measures 3.5 by 5.5. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our soft suede ink pad and our music notes Stampin' Around wheel, and we're going to ink it up in soft suede, and you're just going to roll, lift, and all you're doing is making sure that you get the wheel nice and covered if you don't have a wheel ink cartridge there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the bottom of your card, so your fold's going to be on the left. You're going to turn it. You're going to turn it, and actually I'm going to turn it this way, and you're going to roll the bottom of it, line up and roll another line, and we're just going to put 2 lines across the bottom. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a 1.5 by 5 inch piece of Pear Pizzaz. We're just going to go ahead and put some snail adhesive on the back of that. We're going to put it on the right side of our card front. Okay. And after we do that, we're going to take a 2.5 by 2.5 piece of Baja Breeze. Put some snail on the back of that. We're going to place it on our card. So there's about 1/4 inch space on the left side, and it's about 1 inch down from the top. We're just going to place that on there. Now we're going to take this and we're going to set it aside. Going to grab a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock and my Melon Mambo ink pad. Going to grab my cupcake top from my Create a Cupcake stamp set. I'm going to grab my Stamp-A-Majig. We're going to take our cupcake topper and we're going to ink it up in the Melon Mambo. Going to stamp it down on the cardstock, and we're going to line our Stamp-A-Majig up right against that clear block and lift up our stamp, ink it up again, and in the top of the Stamp-A-Majig and straight down, straight up. And we just did that to get a nice, perfect alignment to make sure that it's nice and dark. Going to close up our Melon Mambo ink pad and use the Build a Cupcake punch to punch out our cupcake top. Now we're going to take our soft suede ink again and a scrap piece of crumb cake cardstock and our cupcake bottom, and this is the one with the lines. I'm going to ink it up in our soft suede, and we're going to stamp it onto our cardstock. Now we're going to take our Build a Cupcake punch and go ahead and punch that out. Okay, so there we have our bottom. I'm going to take our 2-way glue pen and put a little line of glue along the top of our cupcake wrapper on the back, so along those scallops, and then we're going to line it on top of our Melon Mambo cupcake frosting to get it stuck together. I'm going to take a 2.5 inch by 2.5 piece of pumpkin pie and a piece of vellum that I cut out using our 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Gonna put a piece of snail in the center of our vellum circle, and then spacing it evenly but keeping it towards the top of this piece of pumpkin pie. We're gonna press it down. Now we're gonna take a greeting from that Create a Cupcake stamp set, and the greeting reads, "There's something fabulous about your birthday, it must be you." Gonna flip it over and we're gonna ink up the first two lines. So, there's something fabulous about your birthday, and that's all we're gonna ink up with an Early Espresso Stampin' Write marker. Gonna take it and we're going to line it up towards the bottom of that 2.5 by 2.5 inch piece of pumpkin pie and stamp. And there we go. After we got that stamped, we're going to take our matte pack hard surface on the bottom and then our foam and our paper piercer. Going to pierce 2 holes towards the left of our circle and towards the corner of our paper. We want it right there. And we're going to take 2 silver brads and we're going to put them through those holes. And open up the back. Alright. I'm going to take that cupcake that we did and we're going to put some snail on the back of it. We're going to line it up so that it's center on our pumpkin pie cardstock and it covers up the bottom of that vellum circle. Then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this cardstock over. Then we're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. Remove the backing. Then we're going to bring our card base back in and we're going to place this onto our card base and we're going to off-center the pumpkin pie piece on the Baja Breeze. So there's a nice border of the Baja Breeze showing. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a 5¼ inch by 3¼ inch piece of Whisper White cardstock. And then we're going to take that same greeting that we used earlier that I've already cleaned off with a baby wipe and let dry. And this time we're going to ink up the bottom line of that greeting in the Early Espresso. And it's going to be the 2 brackets, and inside the brackets it says "Must Be You." I'm going to ink those up. Going to take our Whisper White piece and center our greeting where we want it and press down so it says "Must Be You." Gonna flip that over, put some adhesive on the back of our Whisper White piece. Gonna open up our card and we're gonna center that on the inside, pressing down. And there we go, our card is finished. Talk about a quick birthday card with totally fun colors. Thanks a lot, guys.